My long jump is 25 feet, and my high jump is 15 feet with or without a running start.
15-foot vertical
Yeah.
leap.
You're also beating him bloody senseless.
Yeah, he's not unconscious yet.
Who's right, I guess. Would you like to do anything else?
I'm right. Why are you booing? If he's not going to contest it, then I don't see a problem with that.
You're grappling.
If you choose not to see him as a human being, technically it's a free object interaction.
Ooh.
She got a nat 20. Kelly, how would you like to non-lethally incapacitate this person?
By shooting both of his legs at the same time with the same arrow, like skewering them.
Like a pogo stick.
I like poke Gildegar. Like, yeah, you saw us protecting them, right? And then I slowly.
Gildegar literally smacks his face with how bad you guys persuaded. He's like,
Oh my god.
Just
I'm trying to like slide a gold piece into Gildegar's hand.
so here's what happens. He's like, you guys tried. You guys literally dragged their unconscious bodies towards here where the guards can see. And then he turns around to yell at you and he's like, are you feeding me a cold coin?
Yeah, because of your hard work.
Bro, please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. Please just shut up. For detaining everyone until the trial. And so, with that, you are all technically under arrest.
God.
So my deception didn't do anything.
Wow, I can't believe this. You lied to us, Samuel.
So, y'all are in the carts, you know. Hey, you were trying to cross the border, right? And you guys slowly get into River Marsh, capital city. It looks really booming. It's kind of on this hillish / highland with a huge river cutting right through the middle of it. But you don't really get to see the details of the city, right? You're just kind of stuck in your little cart. And you know it starts raining a bit, and Dog is still gone for a bit, and eventually they take you to your like holding cells or like holding areas. And no, that actually works. You know what? That fits. And
I don't want to know.
do you not hear it?
No.
Never mind.
It's very
Probably has
quiet.
it turned off.
Oh, I hear it now. There we go. I had a feeling that you were gonna throw this in at some point. I think my last line of the last session was, you're finally awake.
Literally.
Yeah, so as you're all transported to your holding cells, you
Samuel, please.
you're all put in separate areas, right? So it's
Right.
separated by a group. So the werewolf guy and his friend, like his two friends, are in a group, and the guy that y'all tried to murder, that y'all murdered his friend, he's in another holding cell while the other two are getting looked at, and you guys are in a holding cell. You make it there. You
They
spend
put
the
us
night
in a cell together? First
like as a
mistake.
group, yeah. I mean,
Oh, thank God.
you're allowed to try anything. There are guards there, by the way. So like,
Storge, I think it's time you break out the Warforged Corby.
Absolutely not. What if next time I get separated from Pishara?
Can I have a little tin cups that I can like rattle against the bar?
so they give you meals, right? Like they're doing their best, and so you take your tin cup that you were given like decent water, and you're just rubbing it against the.
Yeah.
Do you start singing Negro spirituals?
Of course. Yeah.
Wait, is
Some
Des
say
the
John
token
was-
black friend of our group?
Some say John was a preacher. John baptized 3.
Do the other prisoners join in?
I said roll. Okay, roll for performance.
Yes.
Roll, Jordan, roll. Roll, Jordan, roll. My soul rising heaven for the healing Jordan. Oh, why? That's it. Hold up.
Can we help?
So I think this proves that Des is not the token black friend of the group.
It's my frog voice. Sorry.
You can have friends help. Yes, if they.
You've got a frog in your throat.
Wow.
If one person can get a 15 or higher, people will join in.
Awesome sauce.
Like you'll get advantage.
Can you tell me how I failed so hard I got a 0?
Nat 20.
Oh!
Oh hell yeah.
The jester and the performer of the group.
Very nice.
It's like late evening. Like you guys are there and you're just chilling. And Frashera starts, but she has a frog in her throat. but she was so inspiring that, of course, Storgate immediately tries. And then eventually Caroline, or what's it, Hilaric joins in. And, you know, Fallen Angel and everything, she has an angelic voice. And so afterwards, literally, like 30 minutes go by, the guards come in for their routine, and everyone in the entire jail is just
Bro, Johnny, bro.
Solo rise in heaven. And everyone's like, who the fuck is Jordan? Who is Jordan?
At some point, we start doing like a round. Like, we start at different times. It's just beautiful harmony.
Row, Jordan, row, row. Harmonies start ringing.
Like everyone's like, yo, who is Jordan? Like you guys finished the singing, and the other people are like, "Alright, so who's Jordan?" like, what's a heaven? Hold up, pause.
Now, clearly, we replaced all of the words to make it fit in D&D. So it's like instead of saying heaven, we add a bunch of syllables by saying celestial plane.
Wait, can one of the guards be named Jordan?
Yo. One of the guards is like, y'all talk about me. Are you saying my head's gonna roll, or are you just cheering me on?
Can we try to get like a full rest tonight in the cell?
Yeah, no, you get a full rest.
Yes.
I was supposed to be like, no, a full rest. As a full rest, y'all.
I just want my spells back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get everything back. I mean,
Did we get any XP for that fight?
So I managed just by saying, hey, you leveled up, because it's
Oh,
a group
sick.
thing, and I don't want to keep track of like XPs for various encounters.
Sick.
So I just
Forget
have
I
a
asked.
general idea. And so you guys are like, you're all in your cell, and come the morning of, one of the guards comes in and they're like, hey, just want to let you guys know you do have your trial's been scheduled for around noon today. Yeah, here's your breakfast. He just hands breakfast.
Is that enough time to make a case?
He's like, I mean, I guess.
I guess it's up to us to make our case. Wait, are we being provided a lawyer?
So
No one's informed us of our charges yet.
Do we have
where
rights?
are my Miranda rights, asshole?
so y'all around, it's later in the in the morning, and they're like, all right, so it's time to take you to the court area. So they kind of just take you over, still in like cuffs and chains and all that. You guys just make it over to it's like right next to the building, you know, convenience, all that.
Cuffs and chains, you say? How
Yeah.
kinky.
That's the first time Kelly has spoken tonight, for the record.
Yeah.
Roll for king. roll a d20. Not even a check. Just roll a d20.
Do we get a fantasy phone call?
A fantasy phone call.
You want to do +5?
Story rolled a 3 on kink.
Anyway, so by the time you guys get out the building, Dog is actually waiting for you outside, and he's like,
Oh,
"Yo,
no.
and he's like, yeah, so I made it to the Pantheon, and I'm back. Yeah, you guys, the best way for us to get through this is for you guys to like do the trial, and then the thing will happen. So just like roll with it." He just kind of.
I know exactly what you mean.
Dog.
Oh,
Question.
no.
Are you our lawyer?
He's like, "What? Can they see?"
Can you like manifest yourself or something?
Bro, it's the dude with the stick up his ass's domain. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Hey, Hilara, can you ask if Wesley can be our lawyer?
Can I ask if who can be our lawyer?
Can you ask Tyr if Wesley can be our lawyer?
Can I pray real quick?
You have a direct access. You can pray anytime.
Okay. I just start praying. I'm like, hey, Dad. So,
he pauses. No. He stops and he's like, I heard.
I was in my defense. I got arrested defending your will. So you really can't be mad at me because, like.
He's like,
but if you look at it like, I'm on the side of justice.
He pauses, and you can hear him like you can't hear someone, but yeah, you can hear someone like rub the inside of their eye. You know what I mean? He's just like, I need to think for a moment.
God damn it!
Well, we only have until noon.
God damn it!
He's like, okay, just you need to go through with this. This is part of humanity.
I'm not saying. Oh my God! I wasn't trying to get out of it.
He's like,
they
I know,
arrested him with the trial.
But if Wesley gets involved, why am I calling him Wesley?
Colin rolled so high now.
You don't listen to what I'm saying. Do you get that? Do you like just don't listen to me when I talk to you?
He pauses. He's waiting for you.
Now I can't remember what I was going to ask him to. You did, like, literally. I just start crying.
Yeah, that was really convincing. I was worried for a second.
I rolled.
I just get so frustrated that I start crying. And I just like look at everyone else and I'm like, my dad is such a fucking piece of work. You talk to him, and I put my prayer hands up in front of Carter.
Okay, so I don't know if this should have been like persuasion or something, but I rolled for religion to try and make it so Tyr refers to him as Wesley from now on.
You successfully convinced him to just instinctively say Wesley. He was like, why did I just say Wesley? It's because they called him Wesley. Why did they call you Wesley?
What does Wesley say to that?
And Dog is just standing there like, you don't get to know. How about you come down here and ask?
I have an idea. We can let him know if Tyr represents us as the ultimate lawyer.
And so Tyr's like, oh, you are hanging by a thread as it is.
Can Wesley, can he represent us? Would that be getting in the way of your will, or you know what?
Yes, gods technically cannot represent humans in a human trial.
What's just about that?
He's like, hold up. Now let's think about this for a hot second. A god comes in and is like, I'm gonna represent this group specifically.
Yeah, but nobody knows who the fuck Dog is. I say that out loud.
I have him on speakerphone.
And so Tyr's like, y'all just need to go through with this. and so he does the thing where I guess he doesn't hang up, but he stops responding. He's bumping.
No, he hangs up.
Sure, he hangs
I
up.
yank my hands apart like I'm like my version of hanging up on him. I'm like, why won't he just tell me that he's proud of me? Why won't he just be proud of me?
I mean, you are in jail.
You're executing his will, goddammit!
Colin, roll to rub salt on a wound.
Motherfucker.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a decent burn there.
Can I
even Dog was like, yo, dude, really? Really?
Can I like pull my fist back like like an older sister trying to make their like younger sibling flinch? Yeah.
You can I'll even let you roll with advantage. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna make it because that's an intimidation check.
It's an intimidation.
You get a 15. Colin, you have to beat a charisma save of 15.
Charisma save.
Yeah, a 15.
Damn.
Intimidation's charisma. Oh, you're fine.
What? But I rolled a 7.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh.
Yeah. She raises her hands to punch you, and you flinch. Instinct immediately. You're like, ah.
And I go 2 for flinching, and then
I'll go ahead and say it.
Was Tarek abused as a child?
Quite literally, no, but I have other trauma.
So as you guys are dealing with your shit, you guys make it to the courtroom. Now the courtroom hasn't officially started, so the trial hasn't started. It's more so you're meeting the judge early. So I'm also they're supposed to be audience members because it's a public court, but we ain't got the budget. The budget ran out.
What the fuck?
My.
Is this from that anime you were talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I ripped it off the internet.
What is this?
It's a courtroom.
From what?
From the anime that he was talking about.
Which anime?
Isn't it from Ace Attorney? I thought
no.
It's pretty similar.
Not.
It's not.
It's pretty similar though.
Not at all.
No, not really.
That's what the link said when I bought it.
Oh, it's not. It's not. But you tried.
It's the link, dude. It's a courtroom. I don't care what it is.
It looks like the layout from the Nuremberg Trials movie. Which makes me worry about the morality of what we've done.
So it's a courtroom, and as such, the judge is there, and the judge is reading off to the people in the room. There's very few; it's mostly officials and like some defendants and stuff like that. And he gets, or she, it's a she. She gets to your case, and she's like, "All right, so this is kind of weird, because this is like a 3-way trial." Because there's 3 things, or actually 2 things to prove. They don't know that there's a third yet, but the 2 things to prove is first there's the charge or accusation that you guys murdered someone and attacked a group of mercenaries trying to execute a government-based contract.
Which didn't happen, Your Honor. Carry on.
If you're gonna start with that, we're gonna do this right away.
No, please continue.
We already won. Shit.
The second one is the trial for the werewolf, because the werewolf has now basically killed and eaten 23 cattle. So it's technically a robbery and
allegedly.
We killed the werewolf.
You're a fucking judge. You should know not to. What is your deal?
Yes, it's allegedly. So she's just kind of reading through, and she's like, "All right, here are the 2 cases for this." And she looks, and she's like, "All right, you guys can choose to have someone represent you, and if so, a state-based representative will come in, or you can choose to represent yourself." And yeah.
We will represent ourselves, Your Honor. We're very capable. I myself have watched the stage play Legally Blonde about 52 times, so I think he's awesome.
She's like, good enough reason for me. And she looks to the...
I look around and make sure everyone's okay with that answer.
The werewolf
Yeah.
group,
Yes.
the werewolf group is like, we cannot afford a defense attorney.
We
And
shall
they're like-
represent them.
And she... Okay, so you're gonna propose that?
Affirmative.
Okay, you can if you want to. I was gonna say that they're just gonna be their own independent, but if you want to represent them too.
I have my logic skills tuned to 1000% right now. We shall represent the werewolf.
Wait, do we have anybody representing us?
No, you guys are representing yourselves, so it's declared.
Oh, okay.
Should we have the werewolf represent us in like a fun little Freaky Friday kind of situation?
This
And
pleases me more.
the mercenary group, the 3 people are now there. The 2 have been nursed back to decent standing health, but it's evident that they sustained damage.
We will represent them as well.
They choose to have a lawyer
We're going
represent them.
to take it down a couple notches, bud.
So with that, and she's like, all right, if all is ready, then we can begin the court session. And she calls over the public, the public people that want to witness it. It's just local area, and you guys can like pop in. I was gonna throw in some assets, but
Who needs assets?
yeah, I don't mind. I'll just throw in an asset whenever someone's pulled up.
Are we like at
The
this?
offense. So this is where the other people are, and then this is where we are.
Gotcha.
We. Well, who's we? It's me.
Why are you guys changing your character icons? I'm so confused. I'm like, when did Kermit the Frog get here?
I'm dressed for court.
Yeah, why is it Kermit the Frog?
That's one formal motherfucker.
Oh man, that is formal. Yeah.
I said formal, not horrible.
Wait, is that Kermit
No,
the Frog dressed as Edgeworth?
Yeah,
It's Von
formal.
Karma.
Manfred von Karma, get it right?
Oh my god. And why are you Kibo?
No, you gotta get it right. I'm Kibo, dressed as
Godot. You're Godot Kibo.
Alright, now
God
technically speaking, I'm supposed to also add the mercs. Here's to hoping the mercs get in. I only have 2, so we'll just pretend a 3rd one's there. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. 'Cause
You're so small.
you guys can resize yourselves.
Oh.
I cannot.
Yeah, can we?
Or can you not?
I don't think so.
I can. Why not? Yeah.
No.
I can.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
We're missing our cat.
Why are you upside down?
Des, get off the table. We all know that Kelly belongs on the table.
Yeah, Kelly's just gonna be on the table the entire time. She's like 5 foot. Like
Sam,
she's
can you
just-
make me slightly bigger since I'm like
Yes.
an orc?
I got you. Hold up. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Kelly, get on the table.
I can do this. Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm blind.
There they
There's
are.
some sort of giant light behind them.
Yeah, I forgot to remove the. I removed it for the other characters. Just roll with it, Josh.
Nice light.
Sam
Man,
quoting-
can't even
wait.
get transparent,
Wait,
JPEG.
quoting what? Quoting.
That would have. The funny thing is, wouldn't that have like lowered the space, like the megabytes?
So with that, she's like, "All right, let's get this court under session." Then she like reaches towards what appears to be a golden, like balance, like just a balance, and it's symbolism for Tyr. And she like, may everyone in this courtroom remain truthful in front of the eyes of Tyr.
Oh, Jesus
then-
Christ. Ugh.
gonna-
I like visibly flinch.
So as soon as he says that, Hilaria, you specifically feel that like, damn, yeah, his eyes are on here. I feel it.
God damn it, motherfucker. I like look up at heaven, or not heaven, but wherever the fuck that guy is.
Yeah, you
like,
look up, and it looks like you're looking at the ceiling, but like, the
just under my breath, I go,
tell.
you motherfucker. Toby's gonna wreck my shit.
So the judge goes, all right, so there are two accusations being held. Which one would you guys like to go over first?
The werewolf. That's my
The
vote.
werewolf one.
Wait, can I, real quick before we start the trial, I do want to tell you that my father is here.
So I guess this is gonna be the first, but you roll persuasion, or yeah, no, for you it's the truth. So roll persuasion.
Well,
actually, it's more so roll to not look crazy, because no one will actually believe you, but people will like take you as like.
Here is actually my father, and you know the thing about that is that I always fuck me. Oh god, that was a nat 20 to 10. I always act with justice in my heart.
I see.
You start crying again. You start hyperventilating.
Alright, technically, Tarak, you are next to her. Would you like to do anything to comfort her?
Oh, I'm Tarak. No. I also understand what it's like to have daddy issues, but you know, we just gotta learn to deal with it at some point.
Thank you. That's really comforting. Also, fuck you. That wasn't comforting at all.
The court looks at you, Tarak, and is like, damn, he's an ass. So with that, the judge goes, all right, I guess we'll do the werewolf first. All right, werewolf to the stand. And he's like, my name is Clyde.
Oh my god, it is not.
It's Mason. The werewolf's name is Mason, remember?
Name is Mason.
I know, I was just making a reference.
I know. I didn't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a great reference. Fuck you, Colin. So his name is Mason, and he has a mace, son.
Boo.
Boo.
But here he is, and all his short stature there. He's just chilling. What's up?
Why isn't he facing the judge?
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah. Let me fix that right away, Josh. Let me just turn him around.
All right, thank you.
No. Anyway.
That werewolf be looking like a whole meal.
Stop talking.
I just mutter that to the people around me, to like everyone at the table.
So the girl is at your table, like the one that's with her, and she's ready to murder you at this point. She's like, now
Wait.
of all times.
Wait, who's at my table?
So remember, there's 3 people. There's him, the girl that was with him, and Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Would you place them at our table, please?
I have the girl. I do not have Trevor. I wasn't in the mood to find one for Trevor.
This is Trevor Erasure.
This is Trevor Erasure. Let me find the image. Come on, please.
What's the girl's name?
That's a good question. Anyone?
Patricia.
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 Oh, Patricia. I like that. Bro, how long does it take to upload something? Come on, please. Yeah.
Long enough to upset you.
I am also in my proper court attire, although I need to be much larger, please.
There, I'll just send her to the back so that it doesn't just seem a layer of white.
She's glowing.
Can you make me bigger, please?
Why did you change your...
Because I need to be in my good boy attire.
Good point. You're the jester.
I have
You're
half
the
a
jester
mind
now.
to just make you a doll on the table.
You can. That's fine.
There. You're that tall.
Yeah. Just how Jack Frost should be.
Anyway. So, with that, the judge goes, all right, as defense, you claim reason of forced insanity. Would you care to elaborate? And he's like, yes, I was cursed. And she was like, cursed. Can you show proof of this curse? And he's like, well, I transform into a werewolf randomly. And she's like, all right, I guess we've established that. Now that we've established that, can anyone else in this room confirm that this is actually a curse and not of intention?
Are you asking the defendant if they turn into a beast and murder people on purpose?
Some people, it is a thing in this world. People
Is
do that. Yes.
Georgie his defendant?
Who would do that?
No,
Somebody would
just-
go on the internet and post lies.
Wait, I thought he hadn't murdered anybody though.
He
I
hasn't.
thought
He hasn't. No, he's saying just
We are the
theoretically.
only ones in this
Okay.
room that murdered somebody.
yeah.
And so,
No, we didn't murder anyone.
Oh yeah, right. Duh.
No, it was the werewolf that killed the guy. We just incapacitated everyone else.
No,
But
dude, no.
this is not
The
what they're
werewolf
saying
didn't
that.
do anything. No.
so it's at this point she asks, can anyone provide details or proof as to why or how it was cursed? So that we can, prove that he was cursed. And so, what's the name that we gave her?
Patricia.
Yeah, there you go.
Patricia. Thank you. Patricia chimes in and she's like, yes, I have proof. And she holds out a like item, right? The item is a, what do you call it? What do you call them?
A token?
No, like a straw doll. Like, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
voodoo
A
doll.
voodoo doll?
No, what is it? From Dark Souls 2? Does anyone? What the fuck?
A
stick
voodoo
Oh my
doll?
god, it's no, it's not a voodoo doll. It's a
Peculiar doll?
A Dark Souls 2 doll?
no, it's the thing that prevents you from being hollow.
A
DS2
straw doll.
anti-hollow item. God, I can't believe I forgot it.
A totem?
No, not a totem.
An icon.
A toy?
A small doll?
I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, I literally can't think with the music.
Straw is a term that's used.
It is. I'm gonna lower it a bit for me specifically. I was actually supposed
Effigy,
to.
effigy. It's an effigy.
Effigy. Yeah. So she holds it out, and the judge goes, "All right, that looks like an effigy." And she's like, "Yes, this is the item that's used to bind his curse." And she pauses and she's like, "Okay, first, we need to prove that's the item. Second, if that is the item, well, can't you just break it?" And she trying her best to hold back a ridiculous amount of sass. She's like, "We tried to,
Yeah.
but it's a bit harder than that."
How so?
And so
No offense, but you're a judge. Like, shouldn't you have done your homework on this or like had like
she's
like
a
an-
judge. She's not a magical expert. She's just here to decide the truth. She's not even here to decide the truth. She just gives people permission to talk.
I'm gonna do a arcana on the doll. The F.
It's actually, it was gonna be the. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say another person did it, but sure, why not? All right, 20. It looks like it's made of magic. It do be so. It I'll pretend that
rolls a 20 on arcana. Yep, that's magic.
So the court wizard that's there, right? Will approach and take the item, and he will.
Wizard.
Okay, are you done? He will try to study it, and it would be like, yes, this looks to be a cursing magic. It doesn't look to be breakable by normal means. It appears to be tied by verbal command. I can't state whether specifically what trace it was from. Now, you, on the other hand, Colin, actually, because you rolled a 20, actually get an idea. And do you remember, way back, the troll?
You mean 2 sessions ago? Yes.
Yeah, way back. It was way back.
In game time yesterday? Yeah, I remember.
So it gives off the same element, or like mana trace, as the troll when he reverted back to his human form after being killed.
Oh, Your Honor, Your Honor, I got some bad juju.
She's supposed to be serious, but I feel like it's just gonna be worse for y'all if she is. So she was like, I mean, okay.
So me and my compatriots encountered a troll out by the railroad construction site. You might have heard of that little incident from the Royal Guards.
You get paused. One of the guards chimes up, and he's like, "We can confirm this." And he pauses. The WAD squad.
Yes,
Don't you fucking forget it.
And the judge, who was extremely chill up until now, pauses, and she goes, "Hold up, huh?" And he's like,
defense, the defense would like to submit the troll to the court record.
She's like, "No, we'll get to that." WAD squad.
Listen, you had
Affirmative.
you had to be there.
WAD standing for Wesley Ass Dog.
She pauses, and she's like, "So you're being serious?" And the guard's like, "Yes, we are being serious. They're the ones that actually defeated the troll." And she's like, "All right, I guess."
Anyway, Your Honor, so we killed that troll, and this magic totem, effigy, icon, other word, the same mono reading I'm getting from both the troll and this, which does not bode well, if you ask me.
She she looks at you for a bit, nods, as if like taking your word under consideration, and she goes to the court wizard, and she's like, "Pull up all the files we have for the mercenary report under the troll." And the court wizard kind of dismisses himself really quickly. It's at this point she's like, "Okay, in order for us to further establish whether or not this person is guilty of any crime, we first need to establish whether or not he's it truly is involuntary. If it's involuntary, how are you preventing yourself from doing it now? Like what's the binding of the curse?" And the werewolf guy, who's been at the podium up until now, he speaks up a bit, and he's like, "Yeah, so it happens mostly on nights that's not a new moon. The way I prevent it is by drinking a specific potion given to me, and he pauses, and he stops, and he's like, from someone I met, and he goes, as long as I drink those potions, I should be able to keep it under control for a night, and I've been having them for the past couple months, just as regular passageway." Are you rolling insight to figure out why he was paused?
That was the someone I met that I was trying to get.
Yeah, so you don't know who he means by it, but you also get the same vibe of why he paused. Okay, that's both of you.
I get a better vibe.
My vibe's bigger than yours.
I'm the defense here.
Colin did not pass Storgay's vibe check. Storgay, or I guess both of you, around the same amount. You get the same vibe, but it's the same reason he paused is the same reason why Patricia started sweating last session.
Patricia, why were you sweating last
session? You don't even remember, dog? Because, okay, you were the one that was talking to it when Patricia, paused. they were talking like, yeah, so long as they are under citizens of Azmira, they are under the same rights to a fair trial. And then she started sweating.
Yes.
Let's just gloss on over that. They're not part of this trial.
So the defense will also has to roll. Well, specifically the defense attorney is going to roll an insight as to whether or not he's going to call him out on that.
I thought we were the defense attorney.
Sorry,
I will not call him out.
So the other side is like, all right, we need more detail. Like the defense, or I shouldn't say defense, but the accusing attorney goes, we need more, whatever. The attorney goes, we need more info. This on itself can't justify. We need details.
This is the relevant line of questioning.
This.
My insight is higher than yours.
So who is this person? Where are they getting the potions from? Is this reputable? How do we know that this isn't some other scheme? And the judge pauses and goes, this seems fair. We need info on this, on where you're getting these potions from. And
why?
It really falls under it.
This is not part of the trial. Are we not here to try Mr. Mason here for his crimes?
Your Honor, isn't it more likely than not that he just is, familiar with a student or even a faculty member at the college in Luktuk? It's only a day's or so's jaunt from here.
So she looks and she's like, all the more reason he can simply state where he's getting these potions from.
Irrelevant. This trial is about him being a werewolf by choice or by curse. We have established it is by curse, and is the means of him suppressing his werewolf curse.
Sorry, I have a question for the
give a little golf clap.
The defendant. You wouldn't happen to be getting these potions from Headmaster Aegon of the College of Luktuk, would you?
So now he actually legitimately has to roll a bluff. So let's just. He's a werewolf, right? So werewolf traits. What's bluff?
Deception.
Deception, not perception? Damn. He doesn't get advantage.
Oh, well, is he perceiving that I'm trying to make
That's
him...
initiative.
Is he trying to perceive that I'm trying to make him lie? Or is he lying?
Knows. No, he's lying. I'm trying to see. What's the modifier for deception? Charisma?
Yeah. Charisma, yeah.
Okay. So he goes, yes, I am getting it from Headmaster Aegon. At least that's currently where I'm getting the most stable supply.
Objection. Okay. Aegon is not the headmaster of the college at Luktuk.
Yes,
This is a clear contradiction.
Yes, he is, because we killed... Never mind.
I whisper to him, remember, bud, you can always plead the fifth.
And so she's like, well, we would need to get Aegon here to confirm, but that is a day's journey. We could send for messenger. What if we contacted by Mana? All right. And and as she's thinking about it for a moment, the court wizard kind of bursts back in for a bit. And he's like, I have returned. And she's like, I bet, because I need to send you out again. And he's like, son of a... And he hands her the documents. And he's like, what is it? And she's like, I'm sorry, did you just say, what is it? And he's like, oh my god, not now, please. And she's like, no. So there's something off your chest. We can talk about it. And he's like, what do you need, ma'am?
Is this a lover's quarrel?
No.
We're having a fucking domestic in the middle of court.
No, she just seems very strict as a person to him. And she's like, whatever, it's fine. I need you to see if you can get into contact through Arcana to the headmaster of the college at Luktuk. And he's like, oh, Aegon? Yeah, sure, why not? And she's like, see if you can confirm anything on a werewolf and what was your group name? I don't want to
know. He wouldn't be familiar with the WAD Squad. Just tell him that Wesley sends him.
Information about Aegon has been updated.
Like, none of you are Wesley.
It's a pet name.
It's a thing.
I see if you can get
Wesley
info on
or
Wesley.
W in Wad Squad, obviously.
See if you can get info on Wesley. If not, feel free to use a backup of Wad Squad as a reference. And he's like, I mean, I can also just do it here. And she's like, I guess that will quicker the better. And
maybe it's better you do it when we're not in the room.
So he pauses and he starts drawing in a summoner or a circle, like an Arcana circle. And as so, she's looking through the files, and he's like, "All right, everything seems to be in line with what you guys have stated so far. So I guess it's well established the fact that that effigy isn't tied to whatever caused the troll. But that now leaves the matter of who's causing those incidents. But that's a court trial for another time, or we can solve it now. You know what? Never mind. I just want to get this over with." And
we have a whole other court trial to go through after this.
Shit we didn't do?
No, she's not trying you for it. She's just like, we have to work on that later.
Sorry, what did you say?
So technically speaking, your group specifically, the WAD Squad, is only under accusation of one thing, even though there's 2 trials happening. You're just like part of the people that were there for the other stuff.
Wait, I thought there was 3 trials. Oh no.
So I said that there was 3 things that could happen. Right? So there was 3 outcomes. Gotcha. It's fine.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
I think we should also put those mercenaries on trial as well.
You can. That is one of the options.
Hell yeah.
So it actually depends on how this trial goes. And she's like, all right, so we can reasonably deduce insanity, I guess, for now. And I guess the factor of the matter is then, is it a crime under insanity of a werewolf to go and slaughter this many cattle? She thinks to herself. You guys can feel free to chime in. The courtroom has taken a pause, and it feels like it's a free-for-all at this point to try and convince her.
I want to quietly ask Mason, are the potions that you take expensive?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I should mention that he's still up on the podium. But if you want to talk to him, yeah, that's fine. You can walk up and talk to him.
I want to walk up and talk to him and say hey, are the potions you take expensive?
He's like, no, not really. I actually just no, seems expensive.
Are they available in this country?
No, I have tried as I might. I could not find one, at least in this side of the Great River.
I turn to the judge and I say, well, it seems to me that the real injustice is, as it always is, the healthcare system in our country.
She pauses and she's like, all right, go
Don't
on.
forget about the brain drain.
About the what?
Brain drain.
All of our talent has left the continent.
And hey, while we're at it, what about that school to prison pipeline?
Yeah.
Clearly, that has to do with inferior genetics. This is Red Pill Storge.
Oh my god, Storge's eugenicist.
I make a mental note to unscrew something on Storge when he's recharging.
No, wait, no. Storge's not red pilled. I'm sorry.
But I just look at the judge and I'm like, is it his fault for seeking foreign medicine when it is not available to him in this country? No,
Okay.
he's doing everything he can. He's taking every step he can
So
to
roll.
be peaceful and to not turn into a werewolf. He has done what he can to be just, and now it is your turn to be just and to really look inside of yourself and say, is the current system fair? The answer is no. Did he do everything he could to be fair within the current system? And the answer is yes. I rest my case, Your Honor.
So you do realize at some point in time you said foreign goods, right? Sneaking in foreign goods.
Well, I mean, we established that the university is not in this country, did we not?
Shit.
It is. That's the point.
Oh, wait.
The only place in the country he can get it is. So he was bluffing when he said luck talk.
Fuck.
I said if it's I didn't mean out of the country. It was an example. If it's not attainable easily in a short vicinity, Fuck.
You gotta roll to bluff. Roll
Yeah, fuck.
deception.
I rolled persuasion too because it was a pretty banging argument.
Roll
Objection,
deception.
Your Honor. This is all conjecture. We do not need to follow this
Oh
line of
my
thought.
god.
I'll take by logical deduction. I will take advantage, but that was still an 11. So she's like, "Hold up, And as she says, "Did you say foreign goods?" The court wizard goes, "I've established contact. 1 second. Hey, is this Aegon?" And Aegon goes, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's like, "All right, this is the court wizard from Rivermarsh." And he's like, "What? Why am I being contacted by the court wizard from Rivermarsh?" And he's like, "We have a case on a werewolf. This is specific reference to," and he looks up at the judge, and the judge nods, and they're like, "Someone named Wesley?" And Aegon pauses, is like, "Wesley, I don't know a god."
Hi.
Oh my god. And he just like, "Please, is there a group?" And the court wizard goes, "Yes, there's a group. They refer to themselves as the Wad Squad." And he's like, he pauses, and as if he wasn't on speakerphone, but he was yelling loud enough to communicate with the wizard that everyone else in the room can hear him. He goes, "That's what they fucking named themselves." Oh my god. I'm gonna murder them.
Miss you too.
The court wizard goes, "Do you know anything about a werewolf that's associated with them?" The longest pause happens. Like you can feel it. You feel slowly more and more uncomfortable. And as the court wizard keeps going, okay. And he turns and he's like, "Yes, he's aware of the werewolf." "And what are the potions that you were officially giving to him?" Pause. And then he's like, "All right." He said, "In exchange for giving this information, he has requested to speak to one of the people." And
As the defense.
and the judge goes, "Should I allow that during a court session?"
Yes.
The prosecution goes, "How about we do a recess?" And the judge goes, "Sure, why not?" 5-minute recess. And so as she takes the 5-minute recess, she actually turns and she's just studying the documents more, right? Like she actually is trying to read through them and get an establishment. It appears she has bigger things on her mind. The court wizard approaches you, Tarak, and he's like, "I believe it's for someone in the room." He didn't specify, but he said the most normal looking bitch.
Me looks over at the frog, the robot, the cat, and the angel. Yeah, I'll take that.
And so he beckons you over to the Arcana circle. Now you, being a wizard, can like reestablish a connection on it. So you just kind of like sit down in a crisscross shape and like channel your mana for a bit.
Crisscross applesauce?
Yes, crisscross applesauce. Congratulations. You channel your mana for a bit, and you feel the connection establish. And he's like, "You better know what the fuck you're doing. I swear to God, I thought I'd never have to hear from you again."
Now, is that any way to greet an old friend?
You have. I straight up just lied to a court for you, dog. Tyr is not gonna forgive me on this one.
Well, look, you're not in Tyr's domain, so it's fine, mostly. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're friends with Tyr's daughter now. So, like, you know, that's probably like
straight up pauses, and he's like, "I really shouldn't believe you. Like, I can't. But where's Dog?
Is Dog in the courtroom?
No, you actually notice this now, but he's not unable to actually go in the courtroom.
I think because of the whole Tyr thing, he's scared to come in.
Yeah, I recently did some reading on it. Apparently, they don't like each other too much. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I've been getting.
So I guess you can be friends with a god. You can have a god's daughter as a friend too. He's like, all right, what's the situation, and why the fuck do you get yourself in this mess?
Yeah, so I turn and see the court wizard is still right there. Some
Yeah.
privacy, please.
So the court wizard dismisses himself, and he goes out to talk to the judge about something. At a quick passive perception, it doesn't look like anyone's overhearing you except for your group.
Okay, so Aegon, I'm gonna make it as brief as possible. We encountered this werewolf, and he was kind of like going all ape shit, and we tried to like calm him down as best as possible. But some guards showed up, and we really wanted to quell the situation without any blood loss, and we did. We did really good. Storge didn't kill someone. Yeah, I know, Storge of all people, really believe it. And so we kept trying to do our best to like nullify the situation, make things calm again. And then the guards just kept showing up, and oh my god, so much stress and whatever. And so the werewolf didn't kill anyone. That's the truth. And he's a great guy, Mason, super hot. You'd really like him. And so I
like he realizes he's supposed to let all this slide, so he just keeps quiet.
And so I don't quite remember who did it. It might have been me, but one of the people died, and now we're in court.
So you killed someone, and now y'all are in court.
No.
No. That's a separate court case. Right now, we're just focused on the werewolf guy.
Tell Aegon we are paid to kill people.
So, and he pauses, and he's like, all right, so I mentioned that he was taking potions. You want to explain to me what that's about? Why is he taking potions?
Yeah, so, he's got, like, an effigy that he's cursed, and, like, they can't destroy it, and they tried, so they claimed. And,
wait. Do you know what the curse is? Like, what the curse is?
Yeah, he turns into a werewolf.
No, the cursed effigy. Like, do you notice anything about it? As a wizard, he's asking you. Because you rolled a 20 or Arcana.
Yeah, I noticed it had this similar mana scent or like trace to a troll that we encountered a while ago. And when we defeated that troll, if I remember correctly, it turned into a human.
Okay.
But like obviously dead because we killed
dead human.
He pauses, and for the first time, like he actually legitimately lowers his voice to you. And he's like, all right, you didn't hear this from me, but some wild shit is going on since you guys left Luktuk. And one of the things is that we keep getting so in fact a good legion of the army had to come into Luktuk just for protection. There's a bunch of people coming in from Dead Man's Crossing, or like a bunch of creatures coming in from Dead Man Crossing, and we don't know their source. It's like terrorist attacks, like one after the other, but it appears to be from people cursed, and I think it may be from the same thing. You may be able to spin that for you here. That's about as far as I can tell you, because right now, like everything is under locks.
Thank you for your assistance. Real quick, hold on the line. I'm gonna ask if they want to convey any message. Hey guys, you want to say anything to Aegon before he leaves?
I miss you, Aegon.
Priscilla says she loves you and misses you.
Hi, buddy.
Vera says hi.
Tell if the court people ask, tell them you know what the potion is to deal with the transmutation, so that you can still remain truthful. Not truthful. I'm sorry. I do not like lies, especially in this situation.
Storge wants to remind you that if the court asks you anything, that the werewolf is innocent and you're buds.
My friends keep lying here. This is not good. I cannot believe this error.
What's this werewolf's name?
His name is Mason.
That.
Yeah, and like I said, total stud muffin.
He's got a mace.
He has a mace, son.
Do you just assume I'm gay?
No. What? Why do you have to be gay to approve or to appreciate someone's studliness?
Why would you point out? Okay, you know what?
As a robot, Mason is one piece of meat.
Oh, and like last thing before you go, is there anything you want to say to not any of us, because I have an idea of what might come out of your mouth in regard to that, but anything you want us to relay to Dog?
He pauses and he's like, actually, there is something I want to tell y'all. Thank you. I feel like I didn't say that. I didn't say that enough. So, like, he's like, yeah, after getting some time to rest and not be bullied for a constant 2 days. Yeah, thanks. To it's a dog specifically, see if you can look into if there's anything going weird with the Pantheon of the Gods for Halos. Because I don't know what the fuck's going on from there. That's about it.
What about Halos do you want him to look into?
So as I mentioned to Tarak, but there's a lot of terrorist attacks that are coming in via cursed creatures, specifically coming in from Dead Man's Crossing. So you wanted to know if there's anything related to the gods.
Gotcha. Thank you. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Do you say
that's Tyr's daughter.
Yeah.
He's like, seriously? Are you like? He pauses and he's like, all right, real shit. Are you actually bluffing with me?
Look, man.
No, I am
just so
actually
touched.
Tyr's daughter. He's a bigger jackass than you'd think.
He's like, okay.
You don't. Which god do you worship?
Ogma.
Ugh, sick. Okay, great. No, you're good. Yeah, Tyr fucking sucks, bro.
He's like, he doesn't feel one way or another towards Tyr. He's like, okay.
You should by the time we're done with this conversation. Let me tell you about how this man ignored me.
And he's like, yeah, he can feel about decades worth of family history going in. He's like, that's a can of worms I'm not wanting to open up. See ya. And he hangs up the line.
Well, he seems nice.
Guys, he said he loves us.
This is an imposter. Someone has taken over the headmaster's council at Luck Tuck. That cannot be Aegon. He would never thank us.
So with that, Patricia is gonna come in, and she's like, I know you guys don't have to stick around for this, but if you could help clear our name, we'd appreciate it. Like, that's about it. She just asks really nicely. She kind of bites her tongue, and then she just asks.
I have one condition for you.
And she's like, what's the condition?
You have to become our friend.
She pauses, and she's like, that's it?
Listen,
she goes,
I
"Wait a minute,
I rest my
wait a
hand
minute."
on her shoulder. It's more serious than you think.
She kind of pauses for a bit, and she scoots your hand out of her shoulder, just kind of brushes it off, and she's like, all right, yeah, sure, I guess. Why not? And the 5-minute recess, unless anyone else wants to do anything, is over.
No.
We're getting to that, Vera. And so the people reform back into the room, and she's like, all right, after reviewing cases and talking to some of the guards, I'm going to be establishing a 9 with Luck Tuck to see if we can get more into the bottom of these cursings. With that out of the way, the question comes into concern is the inability to cure him still or enough of a reason to what's it called? To clear him of the crime of murdering 23 cattle. I guess it's not murder, but it's slaughter. Yeah, slaughtering 23 cattle.
The cows are not sentient.
It's property destruction at best. Just give him some community service.
I agree.
So the prosecution goes, I would agree had it been just one cattle, but this is 23.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
shut up. No one asked
what
you.
kind of asshole counts their cattle, honestly?
So everyone in the courtroom just stares at you. You have half a second to roll a charisma check on that one, Chief.
Just make him do 23 times the amount of community service.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
That contribute to the community anyway. Like, community service is a better way of paying.
So
Did you
with
see,
that, everyone's
did my roll
like,
showed up?
yeah, no, I see.
Okay, good.
That's store gaze. That's store gaze. What's yours?
Oh, I got a 3.
Oh,
Or sorry,
so really-
I'm sorry, I got a nat 1,
oh.
but it showed up as a 3.
Yeah, so you just literally let out, like, what kind of asshole counts as cattle? Like, you just straight up let that out aloud, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit. Everyone's like, so the prosecution, he will roll a persuasion. Since it's a nat 1, I'll say with advantage, since I'm not going to give you guys D1 damage in a courtroom. But he's going to be like, it may not be apparent to you adventurers, but many, many people will make their living off of rolling cattle. In fact, the 23 cattle was based off of multiple different farms.
Well, that's way better. I assumed this was like one guy. Like, that's understandable. But if it's like, dispersed through different farms, like, who really cares? You said yourself, like, it's what's one cattle.
Why don't they just ask their dad to buy them more cattle?
I feel like I should let this guy get a third roll of advantage at this point. You guys are not helping our case.
I can build robo cattle.
All right, that's the first.
I was
roll.
just reinforcing Tarok's nat 1.
Okay, so the judge seems extremely swayed. Having being a person that lives in Rivermarch and knows the economics of everything, she's like, "This is a fair point. This is multiple families that their entire yearly salary could have been messed up for." She pauses to think.
But obviously, our client is the victim of a bad healthcare system. I don't understand how sentencing
him. You gotta let it go.
So the judge pauses and she's like, "That may be a case, but that doesn't change the fact that the crime is still the crime."
So here's my question.
It is unjust to sentence him to prison for something that you're not even going to try to help him overcome.
Actually, I am suddenly on Hilera's side. Why isn't the government providing more funds to these families that are living off just a handful of cattle? I feel like these people need more security in their lives.
Colin, how much do you think a cattle is worth?
I don't know, like 6?
I would estimate roughly 1 cattle.
So Colin, real quick pause. How much do you think a cow is worth in the U.S. currently?
I don't know.
God, Austin would know this.
It's like $1,000. It's multiple $1,000 for like a full-grown cow.
Yeah.
So these are peasants, Colin.
Yeah. Why isn't the government pulling them out of poverty?
I see. So your job is to attack.
Yeah, shouldn't the government subsidize this so that they can have production?
You're gonna attack the person who's in charge of giving the sentence. That's a great idea. It's totally gonna make
attacking you. You aren't in charge of legislation. You're in charge of enforcing legislation.
Yeah, Judge. Are you Mr. Government?
And it's up to you to determine what legislation is just or unjust. And this is unjust legislation.
Absolutely
from
not.
An
I
unjust
disagree.
Government.
I disagree. It is this person's job to bang their gavel and hand down a not guilty verdict.
That's fair. That was convincing shit.
So the judge really doesn't like your group right now. Like what am I supposed to do? What do I do?
Samuel, you understand we're gonna go through this entire campaign, and very few people are going to like us.
Can I make a persuasion check or something?
No, there was 2 charisma checks and they were both bad. So.
Oh my! Wait, can I go on the witness stand?
You can.
Ooh.
The defense would like to call a witness, apparently.
Negative. You will not say that. I, the defense attorney, will say, I would like to call a witness.
I thought we were all the defense attorneys.
I've just been heckling. Have you guys been trying to defend this guy? I've just been heckling the judge.
I turn around to Patricia. You see what I mean?
Patricia. So you turn around to say that for Patricia. Patricia has her hands in her head, or her head buried in her hands. Like she's like, please, may this be the right decision.
You're welcome, Patricia.
And so the judge thinks it through, and she's like, given the fact that it is by defense of insanity, we should be willing to at the very least lower the crime, or at least lower the charge of it. But that doesn't change the fact of the matter that there are 23 cattle still unaccounted for. And who's gonna make up for these who's gonna make up for these?
Me, I can build a new robot cow. I can do that.
Obviously, mother cows can breed new cows. This is a victimless crime.
Hold up.
Our cows extinct, Your Honor. I didn't think so.
Our cows what?
Our cows extinct, Your Honor. I didn't think so.
Yeah, but someone needs to buy new cows for them. Or at the very least compensate them for the damaged property.
Maybe
We're all 23 of these cows.
Mason
Did all-
using werewolf. Sorry, I'm sorry. You go
No,
ahead.
you're good. You go.
Okay. Maybe Mason can use his werewolf strength to do the work of 23 cows.
Mason kind of thinks to himself, "Dog, I can't control myself in werewolf form. What are you talking about?"
Can I drink the potion of luck? Do you think I would be able to do this?
You do have a potion of luck. What's the thing
Is
for a
this
potion of
really
luck?
what we're gonna use it on? Some
We haven't even gotten to our trial
random
yet.
hick
Yeah,
that has a cursed
You guys
voodoo
haven't even
doll.
gotten to your own trial yet.
Oh my god,
So-
you're right. Okay. I will offer the judge a really good spice mix. Oh, wait. Is there a way for me to... Oh my god, it's the spice mix that he put on the turkey leg, the guy that we stole the bow from.
Oh my god.
It would be ridiculously funny if one of the crowd members just upped up and was like, "Hey, that's my spice mix."
He gave it to me. I did not steal it.
No, I'm not gonna say he did that. He wouldn't be here. But she's like, "All right, prosecutor, what would you say we would do as a proper sentencing to compensate for the farmers?" And the prosecutor goes, I think the what's it called? The werewolf should pay off the farmers in installments and also be sentenced to multiple years of community service.
Negative.
And
Objection,
Only 1 year.
Your Honor. Calling him
Objection!
calling him the werewolf dehumanizes his plight.
now you gotta roll to see if it's 2021.
Roll for virtue signaling.
What is that? Charisma? Like
No, it's persuasion. You're persuading a good case. Yeah, it's not a lot.
Can I help? And just go, yeah.
Oh my
in the
god.
background.
Please.
Okay, but Hellra's saying yeah in the background, so that gives it advantage.
Yeah.
I'm like, get it.
It is
Get her.
it is just. And we are in Tears domain.
Yeah. Okay. She goes and she's like, "Fair. This is a point. That is a point of bias. We must refer to him as Mason." And the prosecutor just kind of pauses, and he's like, "Very well, Your Honor. We should, but I still believe that Mason should be sentenced to these things as fair compensation for both the state and specifically the farmers."
What was the recommendation again?
It was multiple years of community service, and full reimbursement to farmers in installments.
Objection. I feel that the reimbursement can come through the years of community service. Look at Mason. He is poor. He cannot afford cows. I say either he pay up or he do service.
Yes,
Mason,
this is slavery.
Mason also chimes in and he goes, "Yes, I cannot make nearly that much money in a lifetime."
Your Honor, I would
Lifetime,
like to
well, at least
present
a couple
new
years.
evidence. Not even evidence, just a new testimony.
To the court?
Yeah.
All right.
It's mine. Mr. Mason, I'm sorry, I should ask, is Mr. the pronoun you go by?
Really? I'm gonna pretend you. I guess fine. Yeah. Fine. He goes, "Yes, but my last
Wait.
name is Gale."
Mr.
Do we
Gale.
want to defend someone who gets offended when you ask what their pronouns are? I think we should back off.
The point is he didn't.
Mr. Gale. So when Mr. Gale was in his werewolf state, at this prior juncture for which this court case is being held, there was an instance in which me and my fellow Wad Squadians were in the process of quelling Mr. Mason. Patricia and Trevor, who is absent, Your Honor, they were also, they can attest to how we were helping him get calm. And then it was not until the guards, our mercenaries, showed up that he began to get aggressive. We could have solved this whole situation, before even having to deal with this situation.
I guess that's logical. Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay. 2 nat 1s. 2 nat 1.
I should.
Oh
I
my
should
God.
also say the reason why. I guess roll with that. So you get a 12, right? And she pauses to think, and she's like, "So you're saying this could be like his what's it called? His unfiltered actions as a werewolf could be swayed by the aggression of the people around him."
Yes.
Affirmative. In fact, as long as Mason has his retainer, there will be no problem.
Mason mutters under his mouth, "Retainer."
Does Patricia not retain you?
Yeah, actually, that's my question. What are you guys?
What are you guys?
Patricia nearly grabs you by the throat. She's like, "Is this really the time to ask?"
Affirmative. Of course, this is imperative to the case.
I lean over to Patricia and ask if it would be inappropriate of me to wolf whistle. Would you be cool if I wolf whistled? Oh no, is that insensitive?
She's like, "I don't even know how I'm supposed to respond." And Mason, the dumbass that he is like, "I mean, she has helped me up until now, but I guess she's more of like a sister to me than anything else." And you can feel the hit in Patricia.
Hold on.
There we go.
I need to check something very important.
The retainer.
And
God, that hurt me. Fuck.
And he pauses and he's like, "What?" And even the judge is like, "Dog."
Wow, that's a derogatory.
Wow. Wesley.
Wow.
Wow, you called him dog.
I would like to plead that even the judge is biased.
Yes.
I went for a mistrial.
This whole case should be thrown out.
We want a new judge.
Overruled by the actual DM. But
Curse you, God.
Patricia hangs her head a bit and tries to collect herself. And she's like, "I would also like to point out that, yes, it's true for the first few times that he has gone out of control and maybe have slaughtered some cattle. It was during enragement. But after we figured out a way to make sure he was calm, the only time he ever went berserk around people was when there were guards or people screaming or yelling in aggression. And even in that time, he made sure to only hunt down animals instead of people." And she's also going to roll persuasion with advantage. 13.
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, I guess it's 13. And so the judge is like, "Damn, she's still fighting for him. That's respect."
Yes.
And she's like, "This brings a fair point. It seems reasonable to deduce the fact that both it is not within his or he is capability to be under non-aggression during his werewolf transformation, so long as someone apt is there around him. And it also seems reasonable to deduce that he cannot pay for both community service and the reimbursement of all the farmers."
That's not a deduction. That's common fucking sense, Your Honor.
You are in such a good role. Don't.
I'm sorry. I don't actually say that.
Like, you could in character, but now you have to roll to the charisma check.
Nah, I don't.
She says it under her breath.
Under her breath.
Yes.
Only Tarak and Patricia here.
Because she reserves the right to roll a perception check if it's under the breath, and you better just hope it's low. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's just hope it's low. If it's lower than a 12, no, you guys are close together. Lower than a 13, then she doesn't hear it.
Oh my god. How did I know that would happen?
I would like to scratch this from the record.
Your Honor, I would like to clarify that one person's beliefs
Can I
do
try
not
to hit a nat
reflect
20?
the party.
Can I try to
As
hit
the defense
nat
attorney,
20 to
I do
hide
not
it?
know who this person is.
Everyone here can make the attempt to convince her that she should not take that into account. I will let everyone roll it. If someone gets a nat 20, then she will discount it. It's a persuasion, I guess.
I got a 20!
Oh. Yo.
The person got 7.
Just jokes, Your Honor. Just jokes. We're all pals here.
She pauses and she's like, it obviously wasn't, but yeah, you're fine.
For the record, we have all rolled nat 20.
Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. The game's broken. And it's all our fault. I'm so pleased. Okay.
Very well. I propose something in exchange. The Mason would have to be sent for years in community service. He will be provided meals under the state, but all earnings that he has, whether in werewolf form or in normal human form, depending on if he can control it or not, will be sent to reimbursement for farmers. But that still doesn't cover the fact that this is a werewolf within the city or within the country. How are we going to take care of this?
How many years is several years?
I guess reasonably to make the amount.
23.
No, nothing that crazy. 4 or 5 years.
Okay, yeah.
So like he's basically his full time for his indentured servitude for 4 or 5 years.
The defense would like to add that this is in dog years.
Now you're being racist.
Shut up! I'm trying to lessen the time of his community service.
The judge goes overruled for obvious reasons.
Fuck.
I mean, if you're worried about him being in the country, we can just set up some kind of system to ensure he gets the medicine he needs.
Yeah.
I know,
And
the
she's
government
like-
helping with healthcare. Ridiculous, I know.
And she's like, so she pauses and she's like, it's not my job, or
Oh.
it's not within my domain to say whether or not we have the funds to do that.
Yeah, to be fair, we are in Tyr's domain, so what would we expect, really? George runs high5.exe towards Helera.
I like Predator high five him.
Oh, that's, yeah. All right. And so the judge pauses for a bit, and she's like, "Can you find a way to secure for yourself these potions, reasonably?" Patricia. Now, Colin, it looks like Patricia is gonna chime in. Would you like to stop her?
Can I roll insight into whether or not I should?
She's either gonna say yes, we can find a way to secure for ourselves in desperation for him to be released on a lighter sentence, or she's going to try and roll a bluff to say, "Look, no, we can't." No, I just told you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll just roll with it. Let her go.
Yeah. She in knee-jerk reaction, she goes, yes, we can find a way to secure it. Secure potions, provided that we get any sort of communications outside the nation.
Fuck.
And now she has to roll a bluff. Well, it's not a bluff, that's actually truth. So she's like, hold up, outside the nation. And she goes, fuck. And she's like, yes, in order for the headmasters to secure the materials for the potion, they have to go outside the nation. And the judge goes, that becomes an import. I guess we'll make tariffs on the import, right?
Yeah. Money.
Very well. Then I guess if there's no objection to anything, sure. The defendant Mason, from the accused for the charge of slaughtering 23 cattle, and providing just a means of endangerment to society, has successfully, I don't even know how to end it, but it's like he claims forced insanity due to a curse. He will be having a reduced sentence of just I guess 6 years.
2 years. Service. You said 2 years.
You said 2 years.
I did not. I definitely did.
You guys, we should quit while we're ahead, gang.
And so she's like, yeah, 6 years of community service. You will have.
You said 5. You did say 5 though.
What?
In fact,
you definitely said 5 years. I did write it down.
Why is this?
All right, 5 years of community service. And she bangs her little gavel.
Hold on.
You can't just bang a little gavel, then.
It's not working. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Screw it. I was trying to do a gavel sound effect, but for whatever reason, it kept bringing up news broadcasts of Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Her full name.
Can I turn to the judge and say, between this trial and the next, can we have a brief recess to collect our thoughts and our defense, please?
Yes, there will be a 10-minute recess.
Thank you. I immediately turn to Patricia and say, so what I got out of this is that you're single.
And she has like you can tell she's about to like go teary, and she's like, just for now. For now.
For now, can I help you change that? What are you doing tonight, provided I'm not in jail?
Oh my god.
Hold on. She's like, if it isn't obvious, I'm good. But
okay, well, I'm just saying, you can stay single. Rebounds are important for emotional health. Anyway, I wish you fortune.
She runs up or she goes, thank you very much. I really do appreciate what you guys have done for us, all of you. And she walks up to Mason. And she walks up to Mason. Mason was like, well, I guess it could have been worse. And she runs up and punches him in the shoulder heavily. He's like, ow, what? And she's like, nothing. Fucking nothing.
I'm like clapping.
Mason
looks around. The entire court is just staring at him, shaking their heads.
And as they're about to turn to leave, the doors bust open, and he goes, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late." And it's
fucking Trevor.
And they're like, "Who's this?" And the guard is like, "I believe that was one of the people that defended the werewolf, Your Honor." And the judge is like, "And he was stuck in the jail cell." And he's like, and the guard goes, "Honestly, I don't know how we didn't take him." And Trevor pipes up and he was like, "Yeah, I slept in. No one woke me up for this."
I want to cast a Light Toll the Dead to just give him moderately annoying tinnitus.
Tonight.
Yeah, I got you.
Is it tinnitus or tinnitus?
It's both, actually. No, it's both.
What? Both?
It's both. It actually is both. I looked this up when I was. I looked this up when I was very curious about it.
Is it like one part in Europe, like they always?
Yeah.
Oh.
That doesn't count. Europeans don't know how to say anything.
Anyway, they everyone in the courtroom goes, "So what are we supposed to?" The judge is like, "Do we need to have the trial again?" And Patricia pipes up and, No, he's just an idiot, Your Honor." And there's not even a roll. She just believes her. She's like, "Yeah."
What if we could get a lesser sentence from this?
No, stop.
And Trevor's like, "What? What'd I do? I brought the stuff."
He brought the stuff. Oh my god.
What's the stuff?
And he's like, he has 2 mugs of ale, and they're like, "Did you bring alcohol into a courtroom?" And he's like, Do you guys not You guys not drink?
Don't mind if I do. Takes both.
Can I try to grab one?
Yeah, you guys can grab one.
Yeah, Hilaire and I just steal them.
Yeah. It's like old times, huh, buddy?
Just like
getting shit-faced in towards the minion.
So he points and he's like, "See, some people wanted it," and the judge pauses and he's like, she goes back to the gavel area, and she's like, "All right, I'm just gonna announce it now. I'm changing the recess time to 45 minutes instead of 10 minutes." Bang. And so now you guys have the group departs. I will make a mental note of their existence as an NPC because they will be around the city. So I have to list their names.
The judge?
Trevor. No, Trevor. Patricia.
When the judge declares a recess, can I walk up and say, "Hey, no one's really read us our charges yet, and I was just hoping that, that could happen before the trial, and we could have some time to prepare a defense."
And she's like, "No one."
Josh.
Oh my. she. So the judge goes, "No one read your fucking cards." And she goes in and she opens up your file and she's like, "All right, you are charged with assault for mercenaries fulfilling a government contract and murder of a mercenary fulfilling a government contract."
Wow, assault and murder. That's not bad. Okay, thanks.
She just looks up at you.
Assault and murder. That's not bad.
Not bad, especially since it is not true.
And so there is a dispersion. What would you guys like to do? Since there is a recess, you are allowed to go anywhere within the court building, but you are not allowed to leave the court building.
Book it. Oh.
Oh.
We got to go.
Who's gonna stop us? No one.
Will be found innocent.
God, why does Kermit have a gun?
I made one while I was in court.
All right. So
it's my skill.
What would you guys like to do? You can also phone people that are nearby, but I don't think anyone you know is nearby.
I will try to phone Laura.
Laura? Is Laura even nearby? Hold up, pause.
Wait, who is Laura?
She is one of the refugees from last session.
Yeah, that was on their way to the city.
Oh, yeah. Classic Laura.
Classic Laura.
I guess she technically made it into the city. Yeah, they have their documents, even though one of them's covered in fucking cheese. Yeah, you thought I forgot, huh?
Listen, cheese happens to the best of us.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Need to check something.
No,
yeah,
it's
she is
because
within the
it
city
dropped.
now. You are able to call. Whether or not she will help you is another story. You're also allowed to go get. You're allowed to request food and stuff.
I would like
I do not eat.
Bundt cake.
So they gave you a PB&J sandwich.
Oh.
I'm allergic. Yeah, assholes.
Try me again. The judges, the guard is like, yeah, try us again with these unimaginable foods. Like, what is Bundt cake? What is a Bundt cake?
It's a cake made out of a bunt.
It's nothing Bundt cake.
High5.exe.
Would anyone else like to request food? You can choose not to, and if you make it out, you can just eat at the city.
I would like to request a sandwich and an ale.
You get the sandwich and a mug of water.
Oh.
I wish one of us had like a spell to turn it into ale.
Yeah, anyone doing the subclass for druid known as Jesus? Nah, that's anyone else? You can request to do something. I'll let you know if you can or can't do it.
So I'm still trying to call Laura, right?
Laura comes in. She kind of walks in as the guards were like, "Yeah, you have been summoned," and she's like, "So who has summoned me?" And they're like,
Hello.
"These people." And she's like, "Roll a charisma check."
Oh God.
As long as it's not terribly okay.
Ooh.
So I had 3 ranges there, and you somehow cleared the final hurdle. She is like, she breathes in, breathes out. Can you leave us for a bit? And the guard's like, all right. And he goes back to his station, and she walks up. You have about 10 seconds to explain to me why I shouldn't walk out that door.
Okay.
That was so funny. I missed that.
I was thinking of saying we need your kids to defend us. Listen, we don't know anyone here in the city, and we cannot leave the building. Is it possible that you could get someone who has experience in defense attorneying? My last attempt was, how do I put, a failure.
And she's like, that's quite a surprise, she says sarcastically. She looks over and she's like, your friends seem to be pretty apt in defending.
How do you know this?
And she's like, I'm just getting a vibe.
What are you talking about? They were a wreck. Probably even more than me.
And she's like, well, unfortunately, I don't know anyone who's a good defense attorney.
However, you can maneuver around the city freely. So if there are any signs...
Signs? You want to go signs? She's like, you want me to get a defense attorney within 30 minutes.
Negative. I need you to get a defense attorney within 10 minutes so I can get all of his, how do you say, skills.
She goes, no thanks. I think I've had my fill for today, and she walks to leave.
Betrayed.
Alright, she leaves the building. Anyone else would like to do anything?
I would, if no one else is going to do anything right now, I would like to look into the viability of an escape, just in case. I have faith in justice, but I also feel like we're definitely guilty. I'm gonna cast Augury, and
I just realized something. Sorry.
What?
I forgot Maggie's not here.
You forgot what?
How are they doing that?
It's so in the first session.
Wait. Can Lucas control multiple characters?
I think that's what's happening.
I gave
That's
Luke
so
the
funny.
ability to edit Maggie's character sheet to make things easier for Maggie.
Okay,
And
all right.
because of that, Luke can also
Be Maggie.
speak. Yeah. Anyway, only Fluffy, yeah. It was only for Fluffy. Anyway, the 3, Trevor, Mason, and Patricia, the MTP squad, will make the attempt to leave. And the guards are like, no, unfortunately, you cannot leave just yet. You will have to stick around in case you are called as a witness testimony. And they're like, oh, makes sense. Wait, but Mason can't leave. And they're like, I mean, they told us not to let any of you go. I don't really make the rules. I don't know what to say here. Just kind of stay as a group. And they go, I guess we're just chilling. And so they're just chilling in a corner. This is it.
What was?
Can I cast Augury?
Cast what?
I want to look into us trying to break out and see how it would go for us.
What kind of spell is it?
It's a divination spell. I basically ask about like a course of action we plan to take in the next 30 minutes, and you tell me like kind of how it's gonna turn out.
Wow.
Hmm.
The tarot reading.
Okay, so you will take out your. Oh, you don't even have an attunement item. You just go to your to the pantheon of the gods, not tier specifically, just the pantheon of the gods as your since this is a full cast, and you ask about is it specifically the ability to break, like just make a break for it, or is it like
do we have a chance of living a life of living peacefully, of being in the city peacefully after we escape? And what are the chances that we can escape? Like just an overall, if we try to escape, how is it going to turn out?
Yeah, if you make a break for it, how fucked are you?
Yeah.
Unanimously, the pantheon goes very.
Okay, so I hit the whoa, and I sit back down in court, and I snack on a PB&J sandwich that someone just kind of left here.
Did my stealth roll go through?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Are you trying to leave?
No. I was gonna try, and I don't want to do it anymore because I realized it was stupid. I was going to stealth cast, Unseen Servant to try and add somebody to the jury, but I realized we don't have a jury.
Yeah, it's just the judge. I would have it so that it'd be a group of people, but I don't have creativity like that, so it's just the judge. Does it?
Can I still cast Unseen Servant and have them go get me good food?
As a stealth, it's a 12. So.
Well, like if they're just leaving the hall to get me food.
No, it succeeds. So,
Okay.
But what actually happens is you have to go against an Arcana check as well. Because right now you're restricted by mana. Like your chains are also restricted.
Interesting.
So do me a favor, roll your spell save DC, or yeah, your spell save modifier. Just roll it.
Roll my spell save modifier. Intelligence. Why is it intelligence?
And proficiency.
Oh, come on.
So the unseen servant, no one sees you cast it, but everyone that kind of sees a person and they're like, oh, they're just chilling. And one of the guards goes, hold on.
It's an unseen servant.
Oh, it is invisible line. No, it still emits Arcana though. And that was a pretty low intelligence roll.
But I had stealth, so I got advantage.
No. Even if you did, like everyone would be like, hold up. There is a spell being cast and it's moving towards us. The guard signs makes whistles basically. And you hear in the distance, I'm coming. Jeez, you can actually say my name. And a wizard pops through and he's like, what is it? And he pauses for a moment. He's like, I got you. And he casts a sign with his hand. And he approaches and he's like, yeah, spell's been dispersed. It's nothing threatening though, so you should be fine. And he walks back to his room. So everyone just kind of continues the daily.
Huffs.
No, Huffa. It's Huffa. He sits down and huffas.
Should we talk about our strategy at all, gang?
Probably.
Strategy.
Affirmative. I have a strategy plan. I disagree, God. Here's the thing. We arrived at the scene first, seeking this bounty, and then the other group who we assaulted then arrived after us. If they had respected Calzies, we would not be in this situation. Also, from the last trial, we have determined that the werewolf would match the aggressiveness of their surroundings Therefore, because the other group did not assess the scene properly, they had put ourselves at risk, meaning we were justified in a sort of self-defense.
Yes, we were also, I want to say we were also like defending justice because they were trying to kill a creature that was trying to calm down, not because like, I don't know, not for any real reason other than that there was a bounty on its head. Like they didn't ask any questions. They didn't know anything, and they were just going to kill a being. That's unjust. We were defending justice, and I think we should use that kind of three-pronged defense we just came up with.
Affirmative.
Anyone have anything to add?
Oh my god.
We're going to need all the help we can get.
They suffered an occupational hazard. That's not our fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
My perception was to see if there are any like higher ranking like people in the military or like the people that post the bounties and whatnot in the courtroom.
One of the high rank officials is there. Looks like he would know about the bounties, but he would not. He didn't. You don't know if he posted this specific one.
Yeah. I want to go up to him wherever he is.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
He's like, hey, yo, what's up? You be looking kind of chained.
Not the accent I expected. Hi.
What? Just, black people can't be officers? Despite making 13% of the population.
Black people make up 50% of the high-ranking officers.
So, you know about bounties, right?
He goes, yes.
Were you familiar with the one in the court case in question? The werewolf one?
I didn't set it up, but I am familiar with it.
Yeah. So my question is, do we get the reward?
He pauses and he's like, you are in a courtroom being tried on killing another mercenary, and your first thought is,
well, like we
do I
did
get
it.
the reward?
Like the bounty asked to stop the werewolf, and we did.
He pauses and he's like, he literally stops talking to you and he immediately brisks walks up to the judge, and they talk.
I follow him.
He walks up to the judge, and the judge is like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up? Can I talk to you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he turns around and sees you, and he's like, "In private."
Darn.
And she's like, "I guess." And they go over to one section of the her office. I'm gonna go ahead and say a few minutes go by, and you'll reconvene for the next part.
Yes.
All right. So with that being said, I can move this guy to the stands, and this girl who's mad at him to the stands. That's a good question.
Is it?
Keeping in mind that we're into MILF.
What?
I agree.
She is single.
I don't mean to speak for everyone, but I think I can speak for everyone when I say we're into MILF.
To answer Vera specifically, she is single and she makes a living as a judge. So I wouldn't call it extremely like fancy living, but she makes a living. Do you actually say that to her? Like right now?
No, of course not.
Okay. Because you could roll a charisma and then just bias the judge. You know, under the domain of tier.
Oh.
Anyway.
My charisma is definitely gonna fail me, but you know what? I gotta try it now.
You're free to, I guess. But keep in mind, if you roll low, that means you still complete the action. Oh, keep in mind, if you roll low, that's not good. You kind of approach, and you're like, damn, what's good? What's cooking good looking? And this is right after she leaves, the discussion
Ooh.
with the other guard,
I feel like this would have been better to do after we got our sentence.
and she's like, "You're one of the people being in charge of the guard. Hold up, you didn't talk at all during the last session."
Well, I mean, I barely even did anything in that battle. I just pretty much soothed the werewolf, so I'm pretty sure I'm
Me too.
innocent,
I'm with
but-
her. Yes.
Yes.
We are
so
innocent.
Samuel,
You can be sure that I'm
That's
not a
a-
murderer.
Samuel,
That is
genuine
a-
question. Do you remember which one of us killed the guy? Because I don't.
It was the werewolf.
No, the werewolf didn't kill the guy.
No, he did.
Yeah, you did.
And he just got off of that? Like, they didn't
Yes.
Oh, we got nothing to fear. Never mind, gang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still got 2 assault charges.
Fuck that. Who cares?
Yeah, but I mean, at least we don't have murder to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
like
cool.
how they just completely did not bring that up.
No,
Yes.
no.
You see,
so
the
reason why they
problem
didn't
here,
bring
the
up-
problem here is Carter Tarak. You said that you killed the guy.
Yeah.
That I did. You're correct.
guilty
Okay,
conscience.
thank you. Thank you for clearing that up.
I will ask you this,
So-
Your Honor. Is it a crime to lie to mercenaries? I think not.
Is it a crime
So-
to tell a tall tale?
Well, then that means they have to bring him in for another show. Never mind. Fuck. So, I'm gonna be real. The reason why.
Can't
I
have
did-
double jeopardy.
So I could have
Baby.
sworn someone killed him, and then Josh brought up the fact that the werewolf did, and I was like, oh, that must have. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then
I
Josh brought up
definitely
again-
thought that I killed him, but or
no,
like
what you did was you incapacitated one person
Yeah.
by thunder. Yeah. And so, but yeah, one person you did claim that you killed the other one. So
yeah, that I did do.
yeah. So and she's like, all right, court is now in session. We are now here to try the what?
It's not that hard, Your Honor.
Now from
She-
the
she
top,
looks
make
dead
it
in your
drop.
eyes.
That's some wad.
Let's
She looks dead
scale
in your
it down a
eyes,
little,
and she's
Connor.
like, "Oh, try me right now."
I look her back dead in the eyes. One day you will easily know the name Wad Squad.
And she
Is that
follows-
I have the feeling
That-
she already does.
And I enunciate every word. That is a promise.
She looks at you dead in the eye. She looks back at the court. Let it be known that these fools are charged with battery, assault, and murder for one person.
I think you should.
Note
I mean,
to self:
when you read
do
all-
not save the judge in the world-ending apocalyptic finale episode.
when you-